Are you feeling lost? Does it seem like your days just go round and round and no resolve? Do you want to live a life with more intention? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I have a tool that will help you to have a better life. That tool is your core values. So, what are core values? Core values are the compass for your life that help you to move from day to day, from task to task, from goal to goal, and from interaction to interaction, right? Living as the true version of yourself. Now, whether you realize it or not, you already have core values. And those things are guiding you through life, either consciously or unconsciously. So, what I'm talking about is getting a better understanding of what your core values are so that you can live with more consciousness, so that you can live a life with more intention, and so that you can make decisions that are in the best interest of you and moving your life forward. So, how do you do that? Well, there are lots of places to get lists of core values on the web. And in fact, if you ask ChatGPT or Gemini, I'm sure they'll generate a list of core values for you as well. Now, when you stumble across that list or you come up with that list, you will have over 100 words, most likely. Now, the next step that you need to do is cut that list down from 100 to 6. So, how do you do that? Well, start by looking at your list and crossing off the ones that aren't relevant to you. The next thing that you'll see is that there are values that are very similar. Almost it seems like synonyms of each other or varying degrees of the same thing. Choose the degree that best fits you, how you perceive yourself, and what you want to be as you move forward, and choose that one. Now you've gotten your list down, maybe from 100 to 30, 20, whatever that number is. The next step that you want to do is to look at the definitions of those words in the dictionary. Some of the words might be different in their meanings than what you thought they were. Now, you may take the second or the third meaning, and that's perfectly okay. You don't always have to go with meaning number one. But as you look up these words, you might think that there are words that didn't mean what you thought, and they don't really align with you. So cross those ones off your list. Now you should have a more manageable list. And from here, you want to ask yourself some deep questions about where you were before and the things that brought you joy and made you feel fulfilled, where you are now and the things that are important to you, and where you want to be in the future. Because sometimes our core values are things that we want to achieve or be better at. And so we want to focus our time on those. Now, as your list gets narrowed down and you're to your 6 core values, now it's time to make sure that you are building up those values week by week. And the way that you do that is make them visual to you and then think about how you can invest your time during the week to build those values up. Now these are becoming stronger and stronger foundation of who you are, and they're leading you to make decisions that are more aligned with that vision of yourself. So from here, you want to really think about when you're making decisions, how do you use those core values as a guide for your decisions? If you're trying to decide between 2 new jobs, you might look at which one's more in line with the values that you've set, your core values. If you're looking at 2 options for taking a new course, you could consider which of those is going to be more in line with what you want to be in the future and what you are right now. Right? When you're setting goals, your core values should come into mind as things that are the base of who you are And then you're going to only strengthen those as you move into who you want to be. So these are some ideas about how to understand and use your core values. But if you want more help with this, I've actually launched a course. The course is all about understanding what your core values are, and it's called Living with Value, understanding and using your core values to enhance your life. And if you'd like more information on that, you can click the link below in the show notes to get to the landing page that will explain more about the course. Now you can do this on your own, and I hope that this value is really helpful in getting you started on evaluating what your core values are and then revealing to those to you as a guide for moving yourself into a life that's more intentional. Thanks for spending time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video or in my course. Have a great day.